Okay, so board member roll call is what we'd like to start with. Is Jeb Bowden with us?
Yes, present.
Todd Casper.
Yes, present.
Harold Crump.
Present.
Sonny Giles.
Present.
Tom Kyler.
Present.
Steve Lerner.
Present.
Kendall Miller is present. John Moose.
Jennifer Curley
has joined the conference.
John Moose, are you present? Eric Sobek. Kurt Webb.
I'm here.
Jonathan Zadig.
Here.
Okay, so the roll has been called. Do we need to identify anybody else that's on the line, John?
We need to go through, Mr. Chairman.
Margaret Dunlap with Metro
Has joined the conference.
John Moose.
Has joined the conference.
Welcome, Mr. Moose.
Okay, John is now here. Welcome.
My apologies for the delay.
Yeah.
No problem. We've just done roll call for the board members, and now we're on to who else is attending.
Now we proper to go through staff, Mr. Chairman. And if I might ask Stephen to begin.
Stephen Wood with Uptown.
Bob Ethington.
Shannon Daniels. Betsy Kirkgard.
Andrew Jarrett.
Mike Williams.
Delia Miswah.
This is Steve Dunn, consultant on the Land Bridge project.
John Breeding.
Amy Escalante.
Saul. Staff, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, are there any members of the public that would wish to identify themselves?
Margaret Dunlap with
RBC.
Okay, I think we had two at once there.
Margaret this is Jessica Hollebeck. That's going to be tough. So Margaret Dunlap with Metro and Jessica Hollebeck with ABHR.
Thank you.
Lauren Morales with RBC.
And Leslie Cook with RBC.
Okay, thank you. So all the public members have identified themselves. So the conference call rules, please say your first name before speaking so we can track who's actually speaking with us. Please mute your phone if you are not speaking. With that, we move on to receiving any comments or questions from the public.
We have been notified of none.
Okay, so does anyone else need to make any comments at this time? Okay, if not, that concludes our public section. Our next item is to approve the minutes of the October 28th, 2020 Board of Directors meeting, which were sent out previously. I need a motion to approve those minutes when someone's ready.
Steve Lerner, so moved.
Jonathan Zadig, second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Minutes are approved. Next item is to conduct the annual review of procedures for continuing disclosure compliance. Stephen, could you take us through that?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Alan Boone Humphreys handles our continuing disclosure, and since Jessica is on the call, I'm going to have her take the board through the next two agenda items.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jessica. About 4 or 5 years ago, as your bond counsel, ABHR recommended that you all adopt a set of written continuing disclosure compliance policies. Continuing disclosure compliance refers to certain covenants that you've made when you have sold bonds, that you will keep information, financial and operating information, up to date annually. It's known as the SEC 15C212 rule, if anybody wants to look it up. Last year, we did amend your your policy to add some amendments that were made to 15C212 with regard to the material events that you're required to give notice of. This year, I'm not recommending any changes to your policy, but you are required to review it annually just to make sure it is working. And as we get to the next item, we will be seeing it working in action. Can I answer any questions about the continuing disclosure compliance policy? If there aren't any questions, I would ask for a motion to approve a resolution indicating your review with no changes.
Okay, do we have such a motion?
Sunny Masai Giles makes the motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Kurt Webb, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, motion carries. That moves us on to authorized preparation of and approve annual report and authorized filing of same in accordance with the district's continuing disclosure of information agreement and as required by SEC Rule 15C2-12.
Jessica, again, if you scroll to page, it's Jessica. If you scroll to page 10 of your board book, this begins the continuing disclosure filing. We are filing your audit completed by Whitley Penn pursuant to 15C212. And again, this is evidence that your continuing disclosure policy and procedures are working, because we're asking for your authorization not only to have prepared this, but also to file it with the Municipal Securities Rulemaking Board. Can I answer any questions about this item?
I think there's some confusion on the page number. Stephen, could you correct that?
In the district book, it's page 5.
It is page 5. I'm sorry, it was page 10 of the total PDF file, but it is page 5. So it's page 5, 6, and 7.
Okay. So Jessica, would you restate the request?
The request is to authorize preparation and filing of the district's continuing disclosure report.
And there are multiple pieces to that. Pages 5, 6.
So it is the letter to the MSRB, a statement as to what we're updating, and then a appendix which refers to your audited financial statements from fiscal year end June 30, 2020. We did not include a copy of your audit that was reviewed with you, I believe, at your last meeting.
That's right. That's right. The board reviewed and approved the audit last month.
So, Mr. Chairman, I believe I again asked for approval of the electronic submission on page 5, and then the annual report preparations, and then issuing the annual report and filing that annual report.
Yeah, and I would just like to add that if there was any other pertinent information that we felt we needed to submit to the bondholders, we would be doing it at this time. But we are solely submitting the audited financial statements because we feel, and our disclosure council feels, that that's all that we're required to do.
Okay, so I'd like to request a motion to approve the district's annual report and authorize filing of the same in accordance with the district's continuing disclosure of information agreement as required by SEC Rule 15C2-12. Is there such a motion?
Motion. John moves.
Is there a second?
Second, Jonathan Zadek.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, we have no other pressing needs at this time. It's a very short meeting, but we needed to get this authorization. If anyone has any questions, if not, we have nothing else to present.